Well, hello there, Facebook world. How are you doing? It's me, Alex William Smith, better known to many of you as Jonathan Royle, hypnotist of magicalguru.com. I'm here just to give you my thoughts. I've just finished reading this book, The Professional Opportunist Wrongless Approach by James Brown, who also dubs himself the Professional Opportunist. He is a stage pickpocket, comedy stage hypnotist, and sleight of hand expert card magician, and blends elements of those in his live performances. But this book, let me tell you, yes, it does have sections in there. There's a great little section about hypnosis, and I have to say, although it's only a tiny weeny little chapter on hypnosis, it's one of the best. It's better than some books. It's one chapter on hypnosis, but it's actually better than some thick books. I kid you not. Because sadly, most people will probably miss how good that single chapter alone is, because they'll think, is it really? Can it be that simple? I'm just telling you from my best part 30 years in the business that it's pretty much, James has pretty much summed up in a chapter. Yeah, in a chapter, and I find it hard to say it almost, but in a chapter is pretty much summed up the key things you need to know to do a comedy stage hypnosis show. Now, if you then realise that the rest of this book, okay, which is all about using what James has called the Professional Opportunist Wrongless Approach, which is, it's very similar to something I've been teaching for the past 30 years, although obviously I didn't use the name Professional Opportunist Wrongless Approach. But the concept that if you can set up every situation in life so that it's not a case of you have an outcome where you've got what you wanted and won, or an outcome where you didn't get what you wanted and lost. So, you don't have a winner and a failure situation. You engineer everything so that you either got the ideal result you wanted, or you still got a good result that can be taken off in different directions, so that you're a winner every time, so to speak, and therefore you remove all stress, anxiety, worry, tension, fear, and all the negative states of mind, body, thoughts, and emotions, thus meaning you perform better. And that doesn't just mean as a stage performer, okay? Yes, James is a pickpocket. He is a magician. He is a hypnotist. He is an entertainer. But this is not just a book that's intended to be for entertainers, although entertainers will benefit immensely from the contents of this book. How to overcome stage fright, how to have total calmness and confidence on stage. One of the best books I've ever read in relation to that. That alone for performers, worth buying. If you do hypnosis or you're interested, the chapter on hypnosis alone is worth buying. Yes, as James says, you will ideally need further training and stuff. But I've got to say, it does give the main essence is there in that one chapter alone, as is the key thing of safety. Hooray! Finally, a bloody book, well, albeit it's one chapter on hypnosis, but an actual chapter, let alone a book, that actually stresses things should be done legally and safely. Hooray, well done, tremendous. That's another bloody good reason why I'd recommend it. The rest of the book, though, the stuff in here, as I said, that's relevant to performance, whether you're a magician, a pickpocket, a hypnotist, doesn't matter if you're a trapeze actor, comedian, it doesn't matter. Performer can also mean public speaker. It could mean that you just have to deal with the public in your everyday, normal 9-to-5 job. The bulk of this book is written in a manner that's relevant to normal human beings, i.e. those of us who are not daft enough to be in the business we call show. And I still recommend the rest of the book as well. In a nutshell, I don't know how many different ways I can tell you to go to the link that's above the video or below the video and invest in a copy of this book. I promise you, if you've not already read it, that this is a book that you are going to benefit from in so many ways. Yes, there's very little in the way of new information or content. And I say that not as a negative, I say that as a warning to those who are going to get it, who might get it thinking that some are brand new in it. There isn't. What there is, though, and this is the new, it's the way it's been blended together, the way it's been laid out, So it stacks up bit by bit and gives examples and stuff. Yes, you could go out and get, say, half a dozen other books and get everything that's in here. However, here's the thing. You'd have to get half a dozen books and it costs you a damn sight more. So wouldn't it just make more sense to go to the link above or below this video and get yourself a copy of the Professional Opportunist Wrongless Approach? It's frankly one of the best books I have read in a hell of a long time, and I 100% unreservedly recommend it, whether you're a magician. Obviously, James Brown is a magician, so you'll see insights from a magical standpoint in it. Or you're a hypnotist. Again, James Brown's a hypnotist, and you'll get insights from that point of view, just as you will from his... his little bit on pickpocketing, okay? I've done pickpocketing myself in the past, briefly. And I mean as a stage act. Years ago, I did it in my working men's club comedy cabaret act. And I read Mark Raffles' big, massive book on pickpocketing and the VHS tape that was available from the House of Secrets in Blackpool at the time. Magicians will know what I'm on about. Don't worry, if you're not a magician, still buy the book, because it's loads of stuff. It'll help you with your relationships. It will help you, and I mean that on a dating level. It'll help you with your boss if you've got a normal 9-to-5 job. It'll help you in everyday life, socializing. There's tons of reasons why you should get this book. But back to pickpocketing for a second. Yeah, I read the Mark Raffles book and the VHS tape that was available from the House of Secrets at the time. I had forgotten his first name, but Ravel, it's a French guy, Ravel's theatrical pickpocketing, the old Eddie Joseph book. Anyone who's seen it will know why I kind of laughed when I said that. And a whole bunch of other things beside, including Derek Lever's. I've said the name, Derek Lever's audio pickpocketing course that came with some diagrams. There was actually a good bit in there about having some combs and wallets in your own pocket that your own, and just flashing them behind the person's head so the audience thought that you'd nick them. And that actually worked really well. Still works well, and I use it as a gag now and again. But in terms of pickpocketing, I've got to say, I'd wish I'd had the couple of paragraphs that's in this book about pickpocketing 30 years ago when I started looking into it. Because I can honestly say, if I'd have had the couple of paragraphs in here, I'd have probably got more confidence far more rapidly than I did the approach, the route I went. By no means is this going to, well, I was about to say, by no means is this all you need in order to do pickpocketing. But here's the strange paradox. Deep down, I've got to admit that, yes, in truth, all you need is the few paragraphs of wisdom that James imparts in this book, and then balls of steel. But the balls of steel becomes slightly less of an issue when you've read the rest of the book, Professional Opportunist Wrongless Approach, because that shows you how to approach things in a calm, relaxed manner where whatever the outcome, so even if you got caught taking somebody's wristwatch, you'd know how to react in a non-panicked, I've just been caught out fashion. I would still say probably go on one of James Brown's live pickpocketing courses, or get the Mark Raffles Legacy DVD, because I think that's got the original footage that I learned from through the House of Secrets, or ideally do both as well. But read this first. Whether it's magic, hypnosis, mentalism, pickpocketing, or everyday life, dating, dealing with your boss if you've got a normal 9-to-5 job, I'm going to sum up the rest of this just by saying, buy the book, buy it. It's not the biggest book on the planet, but that's good, because it's not filler. It's to the point. Get it. Yeah. Tell James Brown I sent you. It's worth its weight in gold, quite literally. Do it. Go to the link. The link's above or below. I'll be back in a few days' time when I will be reviewing a book by my friend Julian James called Confidence Explosion. But I will tell you in advance, just because I know James, Julian, doesn't mean it's automatically going to get a good review. I've not read it yet. I don't know. I know James Brown, but we've in the past agreed to disagree on certain things. But I can tell you without a doubt, get the book. All right? Bye for now. Have a great day. Bye.